Hello, my name is Awwalia Maskur. In this video, I'll be using the total physical response or TPR method to teach vocabulary and pronunciation. Before moving on to the teaching demonstration, let me first explain briefly what this method is about. According to Young 2024, TPR is a language teaching method that integrates language learning with physical actions, emphasizing learning through behavior and authentic context. For example, when the teacher says jump, students actually jump. Through this kind of action, learners can understand and remember language more naturally and effectively. The aim of TPR is to help learners understand and remember language through movement, making learning active, enjoyable, and effective. In other words, it helps students learn by using both their minds and bodies to connect meaning, sound, and action. Now, let's look at the main principles of TPR. First, action-based learning. Students learn language through the coordination of speech and movement, which helps them internalize meaning naturally. Second, listening before speaking. Learners first respond physically to commands before producing language themselves, similar to how children learn their first language. Third, comprehension before production. Understanding comes first, and learners only start speaking once they're confident with the meaning. Fourth, stress-free learning. Activities should be natural, fun, and anxiety-free, so students feel comfortable taking part. And finally, meaningful association. Gestures and commands connect language with the meaning, making vocabulary easier to remember. Next, let's look at the stages of TPR, adapted from Young 2024 and Survey 2012. The first stage is the teacher's demonstration stage. Here, the teacher models the target vocabulary with clear actions and correct pronunciation, showing what each word means. The second stage is the student imitation stage. Students perform the same actions while repeating the words, focusing on accuracy and pronunciation. The third stage is the collaborative practice stage. At this point, students follow the teacher's commands as the tasks become more complex. For example, combining actions or adding adverbs. And finally, the independent practice stage. Students respond both physically and orally, and may even give commands to their classmates or perform short rhythm-based activities. Here are the references I used. The first one is by Liu, Chen, and I also referred to Yang. Okay, that's it for the explanation of TPR. Now let's move on to the teaching demonstration part. Good morning, class!
Good morning, Miss!
Today we're going to learn some emotional action verbs. Verbs to express not only with words but with our body. We're going to learn how to understand these verbs and show them using small actions. Now let's see the verbs first. So here we have tremble. It means shake slightly from strong emotions. And then yearn is feel strong feeling or longing. And recall is move back suddenly in shock or fear. And brace is prepare yourself physically or mentally. And wince is tighten face from discomfort. And last is hesitate. It means pause before acting or speaking. Now, let's see what each one looks like. So, can you see the slide? Yes. Here, we have tremble. So, tremble is when someone shakes slightly when they're feeling cold or nervous, like here. And then, yearn is hand on the chest and with soft expression, like wanting something so eagerly. And recall is move back suddenly in fear or shock, like here. And brace is when you take a deep breath and calm yourself. And wince is tighten your face a little, like something is bothering you, like this. And last is hesitate, is when you suddenly stop in the middle of speaking because you don't know what to say, like him. Alright, now let's say the verbs together. In the second slide, we have the phonetics to guide you to say the verbs correctly, and on the third, we have the explanations. Alright, please follow after me. First, tremble,
Tremble.
yearn,
Yearn.
recoil,
Recoil.
wince,
Wince.
hesitate,
Hesitate.
brace.
Brace.
Alright, good job, guys. Now let's try the verbs in situational actions. So, for example, you hear something unpleasant and you show it with your body, the actions like wince. This is wince. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. Alright. So, first, you hear something unpleasant. Wince. Wince your eyebrow.
Yes.
And then you feel startled, recoil, move back suddenly. Yes. And then your hand shake because you're nervous, shaking your hand. This.
Yes.
And then you prepare yourself mentally, brace. And last is you're unsure what to say, hesitate. Okay, let's do this again. You feel startled, recoil, move back suddenly. Yes, and your hand shaking because you're nervous, tremble. Yes, and then you prepare yourself mentally. Take a deep breath. Yes, that is brace. Alright, good job, guys. Good job. Now, let's try combining them. Wince and recoil. Wince and recoil. Yes, good job. Wince and recoil. Please say it again. Hesitate and tremble. Yes, tremble. Yes. And yearn and brace. Yearn. Yearn. And brace. Yearn and brace. Brace. Alright, good job. Now, it's time for you to practice. Please work in pairs. The first person is show the action, and the second is to guess the verb. And then switch the roles and do it again. Alright, please face each other. Good job.
Yes. Recall.
Wince.
Yes. Bryce.
Finish?
Finish.
Okay, good job. Now it's time for you to show the emotion, express the emotion in the sentence. You have to choose one action verb and then show the action and say a short sentence. So put the verbs in the sentence. Who would like to go first? Alright, please.
I wince when something is too loud.
Nice. Alright, please.
Tremble. I tremble when I'm feeling cold.
Yes, good job, guys. Great. Alright. Before we finish, let's take a quick reflection. Please look at the slide. So, which verb will you remember the most today?
One.
Wince, you mean?
Yes.
Yes. And then?
Tremble.
Tremble. Alright. Good job, guys. That's it for today. Thank you for your participation.
Okay, thank you.
See you next time.